Hello, I'm going to give you a little quick tutorial about how to set up your green screen behind you and the lighting, and also show you kind of how I put it together. So first of all, you can see that I've got the sheet behind me, and you can see that it kind of creates this shape for us to use to make sure that we stay inside that. Even if you have, like I do, other things in the room showing, I can edit that down. I can cut it down, like crop it down later. So that part's fine. But you need to make sure that you stay inside that shape there. So like I said, make sure that you have good lighting. And like I've told you before, the sheet behind you needs to be very flat. Mine's hanging on a frame. And probably because it's hanging, you can kind of see some little slight wrinkles right there that are kind of making a little tiny shadow. It's not too bad, but if you like tack it against the wall or hang it up super carefully and maybe tie down the bottoms when you're hanging it, I didn't do that. That way, to try to get it as flat as you can, that'll be really helpful. The other thing is lighting. I have a little bit of a kind of a soft light in front of me, and I also in the classroom have the regular overhead fluorescent lights on. And I think it makes a pretty good light so that I'm evenly lit and there's no shadows on my face or even on the screen behind me. So now I'm going to kind of put it all together and show you how it works. I'm going to turn on some scenery behind me around. You can see that it's kind of an outdoor scene. So now what I need to use is called what's called a chroma key. What it did is it took out anything green in the picture. So any color could use, but usually people use green because most people don't have green skin. If you do, you need to go to the doctor. But if you wear green clothing, then you would be able to see right through that too. So anything that's green is taken out of the picture. So that's why you're seeing the mountains behind me, but not over here where the sheet isn't. So then Mr. Vandenhol's job then is to go in and trim down the sides or the top or the bottom like this to make sure that all we can see is you and the scene behind you like that. That looks better. Okay, so now I'm going to go through and show you some examples of what it looks like if you don't have the screen flat or you don't have good lighting. So now you can see that I've, on purpose, made this big wrinkle over here in the sheet behind me, the fabric, and I've put a brighter light on me, and you can see it's making shadows on here. So I'm going to show you what difference that makes when I add the green screen effect and the mountains back in. Look, yeah. So you can see that my moving with this shadow is causing a problem up there, right there. And even me, you know, it's not the same. You can see brighter spots in my hands and my face depending on where I am. And the green screen doesn't look so good. So then, because it's like that, then I have to go in and try to make it look a little bit better, the best I can. Adjusting everything. It just takes a lot more work. Let's see how that looks. Almost there, but still, you see, it doesn't look as good as it did with the other one, where I didn't have such a bright light. So if I just turn this light off, it's a little bit dark, but it's still better just having that light off. And now what I did is I turned half the lights on in the classroom, half of them off and half of them on. And you can see that it's still, the light is not very even for me. So it was better having all the lights on, but they're not super bright. They're just the overhead fluorescent lights. Let me turn them back on. That looks better. Still maybe a little too bright and uneven. But if I have my other light, I have this other light that I had showing in front of me just to add a little bit more light to even it out. Let's see what that looks like. Yeah, I think that looks even better. So there you go. Like I said, keep those things in mind. Remember about keeping the green screen flat and well lit. Those are the most important things, and stay within that space. You should be fine. Use the best camera you can and the highest resolution you can. And if you upload that, it gives me more to work with to get better quality video in the end. Thank you.